All right, group 3, you guys chose the anime tarot, so we're gonna go ahead and be using this deck for your pick a card. What makes you attractive? What do people talk about? What do people compliment you on? What do people think about whenever you're not around? Okay, so you got the 10 of Wands, and then you got the Ace of Cups. So the biggest thing that I'm picking up right off the bat is that you're very passionate about what you do. So some of you have like a goal, some of you have like a career path, maybe it's just a hobby, I don't know. But there's something that you work very, very hard on, and you might be very well known for this, okay? Like a lot of people kind of know you as like that person in your community. I feel like a lot of you have some kind of passion project or some kind of career path that you're working on, and you work very hard on it, and it's almost like a lifestyle at this point. Like you might be an entrepreneur, but I feel like this is one of the biggest things that people notice about you, is that you're very hardworking, and it's very attractive. You're very dedicated, okay? I feel like a lot of you really stand out in a room. Like if you're in a room full of 10 people, you're the one that stands out. All right, like it's kind of like you just have this different look to you. You may have like a different kind of style than most people. Like you might be kind of like eclectic, you know, outside of the box thinker. But it feels as though like you have just a very, very attractive aura. Like I think a lot of people pay very close attention to you. You may even have stalkers. Like some of you may have people that stalk your social media. You might have people that are like super duper obsessed with you and like literally just can't get enough of looking at you. All right, 5 of Pentacles. Here we go again. I'm telling you guys, I think a lot of you have some messages that may resonate in group 1. The biggest thing that I'm picking up here with the 5 of Pentacles is that a lot of you guys don't see your value. You don't see your worth. It's kind of like you tend to maybe cave when it comes to negotiating with people, or like when people ask you to do something that you don't really feel like doing, you might still say yes. Like you might have a hard time saying no. I just feel like there's a lack of appreciation of value here. And the reason that I'm bringing this up is because going back to what I was saying earlier, like there's this Ace of Cups, which makes you so unique and so eclectic, and so like so much of you stands out that this should not be here. This does not need to be here. I think a lot of you guys really, really need to take time to focus on the things that make you stand out. Each group was caring in a different way, but I feel like you guys are more of like a parental caring, where like, even if you don't have kids, you know what I mean? Which I think some of you might, because you do have the 6 of Cups here. Even if you don't have kids, you might be like the mom or dad of your friends. You know, like every time you guys go out, you're kind of like always the one that everybody looks to, you know, for help. Whenever there's a problem, it's kind of like everybody calls group 3. Everybody's like, oh, I need group 3's help. So you're kind of like the person that everybody goes to for everything. And I think this is something that makes you very attractive. People are always like, oh my gosh, she's there, he's there whenever I need them. They're a really great friend. That's kind of what people are saying about you, that you're a really, really great friend. And I think a lot of you have friendships for a very long time with the 6 of Cups, because these are relationships that transcend the test of time. In fact, some of you may have somebody reach out to you this week, like within the next 7 to 10 days, somebody who wants to reconcile with you, all right? Because they miss that. They miss that quality. Now, whether or not you should take them back in your life, I don't know. That'll depend on you, but I think that, you know, that's just further confirming, all right? If this happens to you and you have somebody who wants to reconcile, that's just further confirmation that you have a lot to offer people, all right? And I think that you don't see your value. You don't see how much you have to offer. And I think, you know, there's been some people in your life, guys, who have maybe tried to tell you that you don't have a lot. You know, they've tried to bring you down. But I feel as though like, it feels as though that's kind of clearing out. You know, that negativity, all of the insecurities that have been brought on being cleared out. So the Two of Cups, like this is somebody who doesn't have a hard time finding a relationship. You know, I don't stay single for long. That's what I'm hearing. Somebody here doesn't stay single for long. All right, Two of Cups and Ace of Cups and Six of Cups. You could be somebody who's maybe in and out of relationships. You frequently have people who ask to be in a relationship with you. There's a very gentle energy about you, group 3, that I didn't really pick up in the other groups. This is kind of like segregated to group 3. It's just very calm and gentle when people are around you. It just feels very warm and fuzzy, okay? Despite the Queen of Wands being here, like, the Queen of Wands traditionally is a very fiery card. Like, she's very outgoing, she's very outspoken, she's kind of like the popular girl, the life of the party. You might still be that, but you're not like as type A, in the sense that like you're loud and boisterous and proud and like you need everybody to pay attention to you all the time. Like, you're very chill and lax. And, you know, I think that you have this like subtle presence to you that almost like commands people's attention. You command people's attention in a very subtle way. It's very attractive. I think it's very, very attractive because you're not like, you know, there's some people who kind of go out and they put themselves out there and it's almost like they're looking for attention. Like, they want people to pay attention to them. And you know, not to say that y'all don't like attention, because I feel like you do. You guys might like attention. But I feel as though, you know, you don't seek it out. Again, you subtly command it from people. You might just give them a certain look. I'm just seeing this energy of somebody who has very hypnotizing eyes. Your eyes are a really big part of what makes you attractive. The Chariot, interesting. So I think a lot of you are very well traveled, or like you may speak a bunch of languages. I think a big portion of you speak at least 2 languages. But that's something that's really attractive to you too. Like, you may frequently have partners that like want you to talk to them like in your native language or like in, you know, other languages that you speak. May even have an accent. That's something that I'm also picking up, is that somebody has an accent that other people find very attractive. So another thing that I'm sensing from you is that like you're very well traveled, and I think you're very culturally tolerant or something like that, or you're very culturally open. Like, you're very open to exploring new cultures, or like you have explored various cultures. Maybe you come from a bunch of different backgrounds, like maybe you're mixed, you have a background and experience in a bunch of different cultures. And I think a lot of people find that very, very attractive. One of the things that I also pick up about you, group 3, is that you're very connected to nature. I think out of all the groups, you guys are probably the most connected to nature. Like, you're the ones that like to go outside. You spend a lot of time outside. You know, you may live near like a garden, or you may have a garden. Like, some of you may enjoy gardening. But I do feel as though there's this energy of like being outside, being very adventurous, that a lot of people find attractive. Like, people find this quality attractive. And I also kind of get the impression that like you just have so much going for you. It's almost like when people get together with you, they're getting extra. You just have so many good qualities about you that it's like you just check all the boxes, all right? And that horn is confirmation. I feel like a lot of you really check all the boxes for people. It's kind of like, I don't know what I like more about them, this or this. You know, people kind of have to weigh out like all of your good qualities, because there's just so many of them. There are so many of them. One of the things that I pick up about you guys is that you may not be in the financial place that you want to be yet. And this is something that might make you feel quite insecure, because you do have this 5 of Pentacles and you do have this 2 of Pentacles. And this is kind of just giving me the vibe that I think, you know, some of you are maybe working on some sort of passion project or some sort of career path, but you may not be where you want to be financially with these projects, or you may not be where you want to be financially with your career. But I feel as though that's not something that people even register. Like, when they meet you, they may even think that you have a lot of money or something like that, or they may not even get that vibe from you. So if this is something that you're insecure about, I don't even think you should be concerned about this. Like, just keep grinding, boo-boo, because you got something going for you, and I think that you're going to get there. I think some of you guys are going to completely triple or, you know, quadruple your income over the course of the next 2 years. Like, there's a 2-year cycle here regarding your career where some of you are going to be richer than anybody around you. Okay, so that might be something in the future that people find attractive about you, is this like financial stability. You know, something that you might be wanting right now or feeling like you lack right now. I think you're gonna have that, and I think that's gonna be something that people find attractive about you. But even though you feel like you might not have that right now, I don't even think that's something that registers for people. Again, I really think that they look past those things. You know what I mean? Like, you may have partners who have money, or you may have had friends or people in your life who look past that. They don't even see that as a quality. They don't even register those things. You have the Seven of Swords here. So I feel like there's more to you than meets the eye. You're very mysterious, group 3. That's one thing that I pick up about you. Like, you're very mysterious. Again, you're very subtle. You don't go and try to, you know, get attention from people. Like, you just kind of let people come to you. And I feel like people do come to you because they see this Queen of Wands energy behind all of that kind of maybe more quiet side. And they want to get to know you. Like, you have this very magnetic energy to you where you just draw people in without even really trying. Because the Seven of Swords is not having the full picture about something and you know, not really feeling like you can see the whole of a person or of the situation. And I feel like a lot of people see this about you. Like, they're just kind of like, I want to get to know them. Like, I really want to get to know them because they're so interesting. They give me such an intriguing energy. People are very intrigued by you, group 3. I think that there's something about, like, maybe what you wear. Like, some of you, again, like, you might be very eclectic with your fashion choices, or like, you're just different. Like, you're just very different than like the average person. And I think it's because some of you are very artistic and very eclectic, and people find that very, very attractive. All right, so I'm gonna pull one more card and then we're gonna close out this reading. Last card, we got the Five of Wands. All right, so I kind of think that out of all my groups, you guys might be the most like sought after, in the sense of, like, you may even have people who fight over you. Like, you might have people who are like friends and they're both into you, you know what I mean? And they're like, no, I want them. No, I want them. You know what I mean? It's like that energy, especially with this Two of Wands. I just feel like there's a lot of people around you who feel like they have to compete for you, or they feel like they have to compete with you. So don't be surprised if you experience a lot of jealousy. That was another thing I picked up in group 1's reading as well. So again, like, go check out group 1's reading if it resonates. I feel like there's a lot of people around you who are very jealous because you just have such a grand scope of perception, right? I think a lot of you, again, you either are well-traveled or you come from many different cultures. Like, you have a good mix of culture within you. And I think that you have a lot to bring to the table because of your experience, all right? Because of your experience traveling, your experience learning languages, your experience educating yourself and becoming this kind of eclectic, unique character. People see that about you. And I think people are either one or two things, all right? They're either super into it. I think most people are super into it, and they may even find themselves being very physically attracted to you. Or they might be physically attracted to you, but that physical attraction is blocked by fear, and then they become jealous. All right, because jealousy is just admiration masked by fear. Pick up the people find you very admirable, but that admiration doesn't always manifest in an affectionate way. Okay, so what I mean by this is that there's some people in your life who, even though they may admire you, they might be a little bit jealous. Like, they feel like they kind of lack what you have, you know what I mean? And they may see these qualities about you and be like, oh my gosh, he or she is so wonderful. Like, why can I not be like that? Like, why can't I get all this attention? Like, they don't even have to do anything and they get attention. So just be very perceptive, all right? I think that some of you guys tend to give people the benefit of the doubt because you are very sweet and you are very kind and affectionate. I think that you tend to kind of look past people's flaws and a lot of their kind of negative aspects because you're very understanding. But sometimes that understanding nature can come back and bite you. All right. So I want to put that out there. If you're dealing with people who kind of give you like a weird energy, like weird kind of jealous energy, like just, you don't have to cut them out, but just keep a little bit of space. All right. But I do feel as though there is this very soft demeanor to you, all right? Like, again, those very soft eyes, the very soft spoken voice, you have very soft features. Some of you may have a very round face is what I'm picking up. And it's very attractive. Like, you might have a baby face. Like, I feel like somebody here has a baby face. It's very cute. It's very attractive. I feel like there's a cute energy to you. It's like everybody just wants to give you a hug or like wants to give you a kiss on the cheek because you're just so cute. I really feel like there's a beautiful cuteness to you, group 3. But that is what I'm seeing here. If you'd like to book a personal reading, go ahead and click the link down below in the description box. It'll take you to my website, madamdevoe.com, and you can get your first reading for 50% off when you use the code Empress at checkout. Go ahead and let me know in the comment section below how this reading resonated with you and what group you were. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care. Bye-bye.